Alright, so Dave Wiegand, to start the game, he's got Zulu. Yes, this is one of the words that I definitely miss when I've gone back to playing TWL at the Vancouver Scrabble Club. All of the words in the phonetic alphabet, they work in the Collins Dictionary, and Zulu is one of them. And case in point, that is why Quebec works in Collins as well, because that is what is used for Q in the International Phonetic Alphabet.
Interesting.
So otherwise, to us in North America with the TWL book, Quebec would be a proper noun. And yes, Rebecca Juliet works as well. That's for the same reason. That's because that's in the phonetic alphabet is J. And X-ray in Collins, similar reasons. Basically, if you go through all of them, those words that look a bit weird to some people, that's because they have the phonetic spellings. So Nigel playing Quirt alongside the, or through the second U in Zulu, pardon. And yeah, it's quite useful, Rebecca, I would have to agree. We had to learn the phonetic alphabet for training when I was starting as a flight attendant, but I actually had to learn it for my previous job as well when I worked on the ground for a different airline, because often when you're giving reservation codes over the phone with different letters, it can get a little bit confusing. So yeah, they're certainly very helpful. He goes by Dave for short.
David Wiegand, Dave Elder. Do you think it's spending time choosing between Chris State and citrates?
You gotta wonder. It looks like he's got Chris State lined up at the moment.
Chris State seems perfect for being defensive. Like it doesn't put vowels anywhere. It doesn't have any hooks.
Only thing with Chris State is it leaves the I in a juicy position.
Oh, and the X spot, right.
And unfortunately for Dave, that is going to fire right back at him.
Wow. Interesting.
Chris Hawkins says, looking forward to round 45. US is playing Nigeria and Australia playing rest of the world. Wouldn't it be awesome if the tournament was still undecided and at least one of the matchups was crucial? Yeah, actually Michael Tang has mentioned that right from the get-go. He is really hoping that this is not decided before round 45. What he wants is for at least 2 or 3 teams to be in the running even at the very last round.
He talks about that literally every day.
Yeah, that's his dream. He wants drama. Michael loves the drama.
He also has achievable dreams.
Joel Sherman mentions Styric and Zulus was the exact same score as the 4-timer.
Oh, you're right. Oh, that's true. He probably was thinking of that.
And it avoids the problem that we saw unfold here, just giving away that easy scoring spot. I mean, probabilistically, it's not super likely after Zulu and Quirt, but it's still there. And if you can choose between the two, certainly.
Yeah, that's a great point by Joel. I wonder if Dave was thinking about that, because I don't really see any merits of playing Chris State over Styric.
Chris Hawkins suggests Fun, but that's not going down. It will be... Oh, you're looking at Nigel's rack register, I see. Poi for Dave Wiegand, and yes, Fun is an option that's available there. Very juicy spot for it now. Although fawn on its own in that spot that was just created. I'd consider ERR.
Mm-hmm. Another idea last turn was Pierce or Piezo.
The big spot for fun is on the bottom left, actually, if you were to do the OEH, but instead Nigel's going for fawn, keeping ERR. About a 6-point difference there between fawn and fun as far as pure points go. The question would be the difference between ERR and RR as far as points for leave, and then winning percentage. All that combined, Quackle showing it is pretty close.
Yeah, I think that E is worth 6 points.
The chat asks if Frorn, F-R-O-R-N, is valid, and yes, that is valid.
It takes an E.
Mm-hmm. And we're over to Dave. Something like Tiger looks okay.
Indeed.
Yeah. There we go. Nigel has literally drew mare. Mare, the keyword to Evans Clinchy's wild victory over Ricky Pernomo.
You got more of that story, right?
I got to hear little bits more and more between the first time Andrew Fisher came in, a little bit over lunch, and Ricky himself decided to tell us a little bit about that story when we were on our lunch break a bit earlier. And a few times when he was describing it, I thought he was done, and as if he read my mind, he's like, "I'm not finished," as he kept on talking about all the different ways that he managed to blow the game. Nigel Sherman points out D. Wormer would be available for Nigel with an open O.
Ooh.
And we're seeing Chris stated and Drew.
Oh, I didn't know that hook. Very nice.
If there is a man I would trust to know it,
Yeah.
it would be him.
Yes. It would be those two.
Both of them,
Both
actually.
Of them, yeah.
The year that Dave won U.S. Nationals against Nigel, I think it wasn't 2005. It was the more recent one. Was it 2009? I think it was. I think of his TWL North American Championships, but I think he had to play Nigel an absurd number of times, like 4 or 5, and
Oh, he won the last 3, right?
yeah, he had to win the last 3 to win, and he actually did.
And Nigel missed Agaratum, or didn't play Agaratum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this matchup has history.
Lots and lots of history. Probably our easiest choice
Yeah.
of all the ones that came up.
What did you hear?
It's hard to ignore the points from Mercy's. There's certainly other ones that have better leaves that are only a little bit less, but looking at that, looking at what it does for the left side of the board, is the problem you have right now with Zulu is, of course, it does take the A and the O underneath, but you're not going to go anywhere to move that board to the left. The left side of the board is fairly restricted at the moment, aside from plays from the G, E, and R and Tiger. So playing left with those, or something like Mercy's, would open up the left side of the board again. But Dave is ahead, so...
Yeah. The I leave of Mercy's is pretty good actually. Here, there's only 3 eyes unseen. There's plenty of good tiles in the bag. So unless you, then the alternative is semi, making fawns. That's 5 points less, but it keeps ER. And
Dave has got Mercies lined up on his rack, seen that spot through the sea. Nigel's doing that look away thing when he's got a nice little rack. Just waiting for his turn, bored. He's probably already found the best choice.
Mm-hmm.
I got to chat with Nigel a bit in line at the buffet lunch today. He had come in just a little bit behind me when I was going in to start to get my stuff, so I picked up a plate for him from the stack and handed him one. And
oh, what a nice man.
He looked at me and he said, "Terima kasih."
Oh.
Which I thought was super sweet.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I wish I knew what to say in Malay. I say,
you're
welcome.
You
and he had just taught me. And it was just like, it escaped my head. And he's like, oh, just say sama-sama. He's like, and that was fine.
Good.
So, and I was like, okay, so what do you mean by that? And he's like, well, it means same. So that works. Yeah. And then he went on to explain what terima kasih actually literally means, because it's used for thank you.
Yeah.
The way he described it was, I believe he said, sending lots of love. Maybe you can confirm for me.
Yeah, I can say that. Yeah.
Isn't it literally like receive, give?
Terima kasih meaning that is receive love, yeah.
Receive love, okay.
I'm receiving love. Please receive my love.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't remember exactly how he described it, but yes, there you go. We have someone who is very familiar with Bahasa who is confirming what terima kasih literally translates to. So yeah, got to talk to him in line, and he was talking about some of his upcoming adventures. He's going to take 6 days to go home from this tournament on his bike.
Oh, really?
He took 3 to cycle up from KL. He's decided he wants to visit the eastern part of the country.
Really?
And take his time going back down to KL. So.
Whoa.
A little bit more time exploring, and then he invited me. He was like, oh, you want to come with me? Then,
I want to come with him.
Maybe you can ask if you have time. You never know. He mentioned, that I'd be welcome. It's like, I have to fly home. I have flights. I have to go and work this week, but perhaps for another tournament, perhaps for Panama. And he smiled and he said, yes, maybe.
Oh.
Because he's thinking about going to Panama.
Wow.
And that's going to be for the World Spanish Scrabble Championship, if he studies enough for that. Because as I mentioned earlier this week, he is seriously considering learning all 600,000 plus words in the Scrabble, Spanish Scrabble dictionary. So anyway, all that to say, if you want to go cycling with him, he's very welcome to the ideas related to that, because Josh and Jackson went with him this summer. Alexi is here, says, JKB, please remember terima kasih and sama-sama. You'll use that a lot in Indonesia. Referencing you going to Indonesia very soon.
No, I know that.
You already knew.
Saya suka belajar bahasa Indonesia.
Ooh. We got a little round of applause from the tech booth over there. Very good.
Ariane is way too nice. I guess we missed Nigel playing the best bingo, but that happened.
That tends to happen.
Ooh, Dusky.
Dusky's nice. Alexi is here, says, wow, good. That's 2 bits of approval there. You got it from our tech booth and you got it from the chat. Very good.
Oh, Masya. Yeah, Dusky looked like the best play as well. Ooh, Nigel gets to play a New Zealand word.
Owato.
Awato. Good play.
I can't remember, is Awito, is that the alternate spelling of the same thing?
Yeah, there's 4 spellings.
And with the H's as well, yes.
Yeah, all 4.
The specific definition is the so-called vegetable caterpillar of New Zealand. Wow, I didn't know what it meant, but I knew it was a noun. That's cool.
Vegetable caterpillar. It's a delight.
It's not a caterpillar at all. It's just some fungus that grows inside something and looks like a caterpillar. Very disgusting.
And look at that, we have our resident data entry man, Barry Harridge of Australia, correcting the definition.
We're surrounded by the experts we need.
Indeed. A little bit away from home for us as far as our most familiar cultures.
Wiegand has some scoring options. They leave a lot of eyes. Like you can play Toj, parallel to Wato. Seems nice given that there's well, no, there's 2 eyes left. Not sure which other options are appealing.
It's certainly right up there. And yes, Rebecca, that is another spelling. Both AWATO and AWETO take the H in the same position when you are adding in the alternate spellings.
Yeah, given it's a tie game, should Dave play for a bingo or should he try to keep scoring? Like, there's lots of bingos to be played through the letters of Earl. Bingo to the Z. Oho takes an S in the British book. Oh, it doesn't. Never mind. Sorry.
I was
That
gonna
was
say,
a lie.
I don't recall that.
That's a lie. I don't know the answer to the question of whether you go for points or a bingo. Do you know?
I think part of that is stylistic. I mean, there's some people, you know, it's like the Kenjis of the world who are going to say it's always, well, I don't know if he'll say it's always this, but they're going to heavily favor one answer, I think. Looks like Dave has decided on this day that fishing is the option, and as far as the fishes go, this is one of the better ones.
Yeah. Yeah, like if you, yeah. And it leave us, especially because there's 6 A's left, and an A goes well with those EGINT.
Chris Hawkins says, only one tied game out of 850 games so far. Statistically unlikely. How do you feel about that, Jason Katz-Brown?
As somebody who has never had a tie in a tournament game, I think that's great. Sounds about right to me.
Yeah, I was actually going to say, it seems pretty normal to me. I'm not going to say in most endgames, I'm just going to say in some. When you have, say, a 1-point loss or a tie or something really that marginally small, quite often at least one person has missed something that would have changed that in one direction or the other. So I think it actually is fairly normal to have maybe just one tie.
What you're saying is true, but that doesn't mean there should be a particularly small number of ties. I've actually wondered, what is, if you have computers playing each other, what percentage of the games are ties? I'm curious. Wait, also, Graft is a really weird play. What?
Nick Ivanovsky says, genetics on offer at the moment. Yes, Dave Zrak, I believe, just needs that E in earldom for genetics.
Do you? So I guess Nigel must have played Graft for defense, because he had some other, like he had a lot of overlaps available for higher numbers of points, but I guess he really wanted to play to cluster up the earldom area, and as well as the S to the ohms lane. Makes sense.
And here comes Dave with genetics. I need some of the Wiegand genetics to get my gameplay ability to an all-time high level. I am jealous.
I don't think it's genetics.
I think there's a whole lot of prep.
Spending a lot of time.
It's true. There is a lot of time put into. And he's pulled a blank. That's nice for him.
Ooh, he's pulled a blank and very good things. Do you know that Australians pronounce asphalt really weird?
Asphalt?
Yeah, isn't that weird?
I've actually heard that in other places before. I personally don't say it that way, but I've heard it a fair bit. So, for me, I would think saying it that way myself is weird, but hearing it is not so weird for me anymore, because I've heard it actually a fair bit.
Oh, interesting. You're so well traveled.
So are you. I just happen to travel as a job. And before that, I had an addiction with using points from credit cards to get flights in first-class airlines. So, in a few places. But you've traveled a lot too.
Does Nigel have a chance? I'm hoping so, but
Vandy or Vanda.
Ooh, this is interesting.
Keeping oi, Aussie, Aussie. Rebecca points out Pahlavis for Dave Wiegand.
Where is Pasha? Right?
I don't see where that would play though. Am I missing something? Ah, yeah, it doesn't play. I was going to say it. Don't think I'm crazy. Well, not in this case at least.
But I mean, Pacha scores 48.
Pacha's a nice score.
Any ideas what Nigel's thinking of when he plays Vanda? He must be thinking of something useful for his OY that he left over.
And there he goes, Pacha.
Do you think we'll see Yowie and then Callus?
Let's see, where are you looking here? 14J?
I guess he really wants. I guess he needs to assume that he'll draw the blank.
So he's going for Buai. Peter Armstrong says Jason Katz-Brown played Pashalik on me once.
Yes. That was fun. Thanks for letting me get lucky on that game. Ooh, Nigel's threatening Dewey.
Dewey will score a bit. Peter Armstrong says he doesn't think he knew Pashalik at the time, so you taught him a new word.
Oh, exciting.
Aaron Bader, hello again.
Yay. Hello. Do you think Dave will find his only bingo?
I hope.
I didn't know that word. Do you think that word's new?
Solual?
Solutal. Or maybe it's always been British. I don't know. Oh, he got it! Good finding. Whew.
Joey for the points. Nigel already has it lined up.
Is it me or is there a V missing?
Hello, Chucksy. I'm not sure who you are, but welcome to the stream. Hadn't seen you type anything until now. Joel Sherman says, I suspect after post-dive, Dave has vowed not to miss anything else the rest of the week. I suspect so. Chris Hawkins points out, quick game. Yeah, it's 4:20 here, and that leaves us a good 20 to 25 minutes before our next round. Lolo Cake asks if he is on hold. I suspect not. It's Nigel.
Yeah.
Despite Josh Sokol's claim to the contrary a few days ago, I don't think Nigel ever holds if he's not going to challenge.
Right. Yeah.
Natalie, that is an excellent question. In fact, I will tell you momentarily. Up next is David Aldar of Australia versus Ayorinde Saidu from Nigeria. We have it listed as 4:30 on the website, but I believe we did go at 1:45 as our start time this afternoon, so a little bit of time following the conclusion of this game.
There's some food here. Would you like some food? I'll bring you across.
Oh. What have you got there, Barry?
I've got something from
I think it's Kue.
Kue!
some more clay and other things.
Whoa.
Oh,
Whoa.
yeah, coconut rice in
Whoa.
the my. So much goodness. Barry, you are too good to us.
Thank you.
Well, no, that's Adriana did that.
A gentleman and a scholar.
Look at these colors.
Natalie says, I am in bed. When Chris Hawkins asks what time did you go to bed, we got some dedicated fans in the UK watching. Aaron Bader says, maybe I can catch a bit of the next game before heading out again. Is this the last day? This is the last full day, Aaron. So tomorrow there's going to be 6 games to conclude the event. This is the last day of 10 games.
What do you think Nigel's thinking about?
Perhaps looking for a way to stick Dave and then play Dewey or something. I don't know. I don't see any way of that happening, but perhaps looking for a stick.
Yeah, maybe trying to block Babin? Does Dave have anything nice?
Aaron says, tomorrow I have to transport to the airport to head home, so probably can't watch much, but there are videos on demand. Yep. Joel having some fun with the definitions bot, asking about the definition of sleep and then of natural. I don't know what sleep is like. There are short naps and long naps. I don't sleep.
Optimal here is Ben for 20.
And Dave is going for the disconnected Baven first.
Clarkwell thinks Baven is a point worse.
Chris Hawkins says after this game it'll be 15-8 in the head-to-head in favor of Nigel. Yep, Nigel with a decidedly positive record, but today, on this day, it is Dave Wiegand with the victory.
That's why you play the games or something.
We have Dave Wiegand in studio. Hello! What a game.
What a game.
It's nice to draw the bag against the best in the world.
It's certainly helpful.
Oh yeah, he had 4 E's, but 2 E's until the last move.
You have all the E's. You are Joel Horning.
I was sure I was going to find a way to blow it. Tiles were just too good.
Yeah, is there anything to...
Well, maybe just about the early bingo. That's probably the only
traits.
one. Yeah, just a few of the options that were there. Joel Sherman pointed out Styric actually as an option.
So they're all the same score.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's much more defensive. I don't think I counted it. But if I knew it was the same score, I probably would have taken that.
Fair enough.
I thought I know Chris Day almost plays for...
Oh!
That'd be a very nice overlap.
Whoa.
Yeah, I just fixated on the double-double, and citrates is probably a little better. The way it turned out, at least.
Yeah, as it turned out, that was his one vowel to work with there. So.
Yeah.
What else can we
Then
point to? Tiger was straightforward.
Mercy's okay. I didn't like it.
Mercy's really, there was just only a little bit of discussion about some of the alternate options. I mean, it scores a fair bit.
Semi won the sim by a little bit, but they're both
Really?
good.
5 points? Huh.
Let's see. We didn't... I think
it was pretty easy stuff after that.
there's only 1 R in the bag, so the R might be a relatively valuable tile.
Joel Sherman's
Not that
just
many
messaged,
E's.
way to go, Dave.
Yay!
Yay!
Did the US team
Thanks.
pull it in?
I don't know.
I guess you're the early finisher here,
Yeah.
eh? 4:30.
We lost last round to fall behind Australia, so we need
this one badly.
to pull together here.
Yeah, Australia, they won 3-2 last round. Was it similar, like a 2-3 thing?
We
for you
lost
guys?
2-3 to the rest of Asia.
Wow, tight.
Yeah, I barely hit 300 at my worst game.
Wow, who were you playing?
Lakshan.
No easy games.
Total garbage all game.
And you made up for it. You got a whole bunch of good stuff.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Thanks for coming in, Dave. Good luck out there.
Hey.
We got a yay from Dave. Yay!